Morning warriors, welcome to Why Shy Why. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to talk about something I hear about a lot, that is, do not work with animals or children. Unfortunately, I've not done neither, so I can't tell you, but I've gotten very close. Okay, so part of my job at Soft Solutions is to go out and talk to executives. I actually love this because we start talking strategy, and that's kind of what really switches me on, turns me on. But when I'm talking to executives, the biggest, I tend to sort of ask about the tech environment from their perspective, the tech industry from their perspective, purely because I'm in this business, I built this business to change the tech industry. I really want to professionalize us such that we're actually in line with some of our colleagues in marketing or our colleagues in finance and our colleagues in operations. So I ask really deep questions of executives, and sometimes they close off and sometimes they open up lots. Now, this time, I want to talk about something that people tend to say, and I've heard this at least 50 times now, and that is that, I hate to say it, but they'll say to me, when I think about the tech team, it feels like I'm working with children, right? Now that is really sad. Okay, number one, I take this in confidence, but it hurts me as a tech professional because, how did we get to this place? Okay, but then I start working with some tech teams, including different sort of ranges of tech teams, and start realizing where this sort of sentiment is coming from. Obviously, these tech teams are not children; they're actually, I was going to say human, they're actually adults, but the way that they act sometimes, and the way that there's this divide in perception between executive and technology has really become a problem for our industry, right? So one of the things that I want to start talking about with you guys in the coming weeks, months, is how do we professionalize your service within your organization such that everyone else, every other department head starts realizing the sort of value the technology team brings to the company, and you start seeing, a change in, I don't know what the word is, respect, I guess. You should start seeing yourself getting invited, or technology, a representative from the tech team getting invited to the table, right? If that's an executive meeting table, if that's a C-suite table, if that's a, whatever, middle management table, if you're not there yet, wherever that is, you should be starting to get invited to those, because technology enables a whole bunch of the initiatives that other departments in your corporation are doing, and therefore you want to be part of that conversation right at the outset. Unfortunately, because we have this "I don't like working with children" type demeanor to us, it ends up being something that we just get told very late, because if we are at the table, we're always whining or whinging about, oh, it's going to be really hard, or that's not even possible, and all these things that really bring the idea to a halt because technology says so, right? So what we've got to do is really flip that around and start realizing that we're here for the business. We're all here for the business, and we're not here for ourselves, but we need to actually deliver value in terms of product, okay? Technology product, whether that's software. In my world, that's software. So delivering features and enhancements to the team that I'm working with that allow them to get better at what they do, get more efficient at what they do, start doing things that they haven't done before that, now they can do. All sorts of stuff starts happening if you can work at that level, at an executive level, at a C-suite level, even at a middle management level. What you need to do is get a seat at the table, guys, right? And when you're there, you've got to realize that you've got to talk their language, not your language, right? So it's not about being an IT agent anymore. It's now about being an agent of change in business. And how are we going to do that? Well, we'll use IT to do that, right? So be really, really mindful when you're talking to executives, your executives, outside executives, as to how you're portraying the industry, right? The industry is not broken. We do relatively well. However, what's starting to happen is with the proliferation of technology, things like mobile devices and tablets, we're starting to realize that the end user is getting closer and closer to us, right? And now they're right in front of us and they're seeing what's going on inside our teams, in our heads, and they don't like what they're seeing, right? And for me, that's kind of something we need to fix straight away. So when it comes to tech, stop talking tech and start talking business, all right? If you need help with that sort of stuff, we've helped people sort of start changing their mindset into that. It's not just a mindset thing. There's hard skills to be learnt as well, and we can help with that as well. So let us know. All right, guys, thanks again for hanging around for this week. We'll catch you next week. Until then, stay focused.